we're going to look at this video is how you can author tests using live authoring, which is basically you can write tests and see them execute immediately. So we're going to set up a new goal, in this case to look at the Virtuoso website, which will go and create and add our first journey. And you can see when we do this, we have a bot which has been enabled, which is going to live author the test. So as I write the steps, it will execute them on the right side of the screen in the preview here. So you can see we've already got the step from setting up the goal, which is navigate to Virtuoso QA. And literally now I could say, well, I want to click on accept cookies. So let's go and say, click accept cookies. And as we do that, we can see it goes ahead and immediately executes. So it's run the step, it's gone green, so that has passed. So you can immediately see that this is working. So let's go and do a few more things like mouse over and let's click on product, for example. So again, it runs and execute and it's now open the product screen here. So we could then click on features, for example. Now within this feature as well, the great thing is that you can actually interact with the preview screen. So for example, if I wanted to click on book a demo, then I could say I could click on the button up here, go and select the book a demo button, click here and pick the last picked element, book a demo, and click save. And now that will interact with the book a demo. Now an interesting thing here as well is we've got the ability to fix steps as well really easily. So we can see if things fail, we can fix them. For instance, if I said, could be click on April, but I spell that incorrectly, then I could go ahead and fix that step immediately once it fails, because it will show me it has failed. I could see, well, I've done a spelling mistake, click on that step and go and fix this and put it to April, and then it will rerun that step. Now, interestingly though, this is still failing, and I know the reason why, but let's see why that is. So even though I've spelled it correctly and it's not interacting, I could click on fix step, click on April, and in this case, you can see it actually because the get a custom demo is in an iframe, and that's been populated automatically. So because I've added this new step and I need to run from the beginning as it's live executing, so it will run through there. It's picked up the iframe, and you can see now it's also playing through as we do this. And when I get to the end, I can continue interacting. So what this enables you to do is to build tests that I know will work because the steps are all passing. So then I could say click on, for example, 14 to pick the day from the calendar. Say click on, let's go for 3 a.m. in the morning because I like early calls. There we go. And you can see it's failed there, and I can see here that's because, again, I haven't put the space in. So I could just come in and say fix element, click on 3 a.m. and there you go, it's gone and fixed the step for me. Now, interestingly, what I could do here is then I could say I could want to write James in, and then I could come and click and say I want it to be in this box here. And again, I can choose the input and it will go and write James in the input. So it's really dynamic in the way that you can use live authoring. When I've finished, I can click I'm done, which then persists the journey, so basically executes it. And if we then go and look in the project activity, we can see indeed that test has just been executed, where with the live authoring, it's doing the same as with the standard execution, where it is capturing all the element selectors, the screenshots, and also will perform healing on steps, for instance, if there have been dynamic changes. So that's live authoring with Virtuoso to be able to come in and easily create tests that you can see immediately, execute and fix them as you go through the tests. Now, in addition to this, you'll also see that if I open up the preview, what you can also do here is, while you can use just your codeless authoring with picking an element, we've also got this advanced mode that I can click into. That then gives me access into the dev tools for the site, where if I were to click on the little button here and hover over for that button, for example, then it would give me, for example, the element IDs. So I could use the class name, for example. And that way, if you do want to inspect and be able to use anything in the page source, then you have access to that in the advanced mode.